In an unusual move, Ukraine's defense minister and foreign minister have commented on the tank issue. In a joint statement, they made one thing clear: the main battle tanks from Great Britain are simply not enough. While Western states are arguing about the delivery of main battle tanks to the Ukrainian Defense Minister Oleksiy Reznikov and Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba issued a joint statement appealing to the West. The courageous decision by Great Britain to move the first unit of Challenger 2 tanks to Ukraine is welcomed. However, it is not sufficient to achieve the operational goals, said the two ministers in the statement, which was available to the editorial network Germany. Therefore, we make our appeal to the states that have deployed Leopard 2 tanks, including Canada, Denmark, Germany, Finland, Greece, the Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey. Reznikov and Kuleba appeal to countries to join the initiative to form an international tank coalition in support of Ukraine. Such an initiative to supply German Leopard 2 main battle tanks has been under discussion for months. In September last year, the think tank Europe Council on Foreign Relations, or ECFR, first proposed a joint initiative by European states. Most recently, Poland increased the pressure and declared its willingness to hand over Leopard 2 tanks for a company that's around 10 to 14 tanks to Ukraine as part of an international coalition. However, a license to export German Leopard tanks from Poland is still required, although they meanwhile said they might give a damn about it. The government has always refused to do so in Germany, and Poland is now considering supplying the main battle tanks from Berlin without this export permit. The danger of a new major offensive by the Russian armed forces is very real, said Ukrainian Ministers Reznikov and Kuleba on Thursday. Therefore, one calls on partner states that have already provided military aid or are planning to do so to significantly increase their military aid and bring their aid to a qualitatively new level. Both ministers emphasized that Russia has not changed its goals in relation to Ukraine. Kremlin chief Putin wants to destroy one of the largest states in Europe and wipe out the 45 million people of Ukraine, they say. They renewed allegations that Russia is committing numerous war crimes and crimes against humanity in Ukraine, including the deliberate killing of civilians, mass missile attacks on Ukrainian cities, and the targeted destruction of civilian infrastructure. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has sharply criticized Germany's hesitant action on the question of possible main battle tank deliveries to his country. You are grown people. You can talk like that for 6 months, but people die here every day. That's what he said in an interview on public television in Germany on Thursday. In plain language, can you deliver Leopards or not? Then hand it over. He appealed that in the direction of Berlin. It's not like we're going to attack if someone's worried. These Leopards will not drive through Russia. We defend ourselves, he said. At the same time, the Ukrainian head of state emphasized the military aid that have already been provided. We are grateful. I want everyone to hear that. We are grateful to Germany. In his evening video address, Zelensky added, referring to Rammstein, which is happening while I'm filming this, we expect strong decisions. Because right now, when I'm filming, the Western allies are meeting in Rammstein, Rhineland-Palatinate in Germany to discuss further arms deliveries to Kiev. And it's eagerly awaited whether the delivery of main battle tanks will be announced, but I can't tell you today because they have not announced anything. Great Britain has announced that Poland and Finland are ready to do so in an European association. But German Federal President Frank-Walter Steinmeier believes that the government's cautious approach to the delivery of heavy weapons to Ukraine is correct. He said, of course, every responsible politician must also address the question of when and under what circumstances the conflict could escalate dramatically. That needs to be weighed up along with an assessment of the consequences of the price of a lack of support. That's what Steinmeier told the German magazine Wirtschaftswoche. At the same time, Steinmeier emphasized that Germany was supporting Ukraine to the best of its ability, including militarily, substantially, and permanently. Among other things, he referred to Gepard anti-aircraft tanks and the recently decided delivery of Marder armored personnel carriers. On the question of whether there is a limit with regard to further arms deliveries that the Federal Republic should not cross, Steinmeier said, "If there were these limits, it would not be wise to talk about them." The federal government is under pressure from many quarters to also supply battle tanks to Ukraine. And in the debate about the delivery of battle tanks to Ukraine, the US government has demonstratively backed Germany. When asked why Germany was reluctant to approve main battle tanks, the National Security Council Communications Director John Kirby said on US television on Thursday evening, "The Germans understand very well what is at stake in Ukraine. Germany is one of the biggest donors and has continuously expanded its support. We are grateful for what they have provided, and we are grateful they are considering supplying main battle tanks. We'll see what comes of that," is what Kirby said. Germany makes sovereign decisions adapted to the needs of the country. But now then, other news from Britain. Britain plans to send 600 more Brimstone missiles to Ukraine to help the country fight Russia. This was announced by Defense Minister Ben Wallace on Thursday at the Estonian military base in Tapa. He did not initially provide any further information on the time of delivery. Wallace took part in a meeting of defense ministers from several European countries in Tapa, which has been initiated by his Estonian colleague Hanno Pevkur and himself. At the meeting at the military base, some 150 kilometers from the Russian border, the participants adopted a joint statement on military aid to Ukraine. In addition to Wallace, others presented additional aid for Kiev. What Ukraine needs most are heavy weapons to take the initiative and confront Russia, said host Pevkur. Lithuania's defense minister Arvydas Anušauskas stressed that support for the Ukrainian armed forces must be unlimited and called for the supply of main battle tanks again. Ukraine has been resisting Russian attacks and occupation for nearly 11 months and is largely dependent on Western support for military equipment. And as I said, while I'm filming this, the Allies are meeting in Ramstein here in Germany to discuss it further. And that's why I couldn't include the results in this video, because the result will come too late. But I'll definitely keep you on track with that. Great Britain, as I said, has already said they would send the Challenger 2 tanks. But what I expect, and there you can judge me on this one, I expect as a result of this meeting, which is not over yet, and I don't have results for you, but I expect that Germany will not yet say that they will deliver Leopard tanks, but I think it's possible that they decide that they can give the permission for Poland, Lithuania, and so on to send tanks. But as I said, that is just speculation, and it's just what I think might happen. But you will see me proven wrong when this video comes out already, if they decided something different. But that's the point with not always be on live TV. I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.